How's it going, everyone?
This is Cac.
And this is Boss. And welcome to the
I came in early. The Cac and
Boss
Boss
Podcast. We're so good at this. We got
yeah.
a special guest. How would I guess director and writer, filmmaker, Jared.
Of JaredCR Productions.
JaredCR Productions, yeah.
You gotta speak into the mic, man.
JaredCR Productions. That's JaredCR Productions.
Wow, way to plug yourself in. Jeez.
Wow.
This wasn't part of the contract. What are you doing?
You would be surprised how many people don't know how to spell Jared.
That's true, yeah.
It's Jiyyrd, right?
Exactly.
Jared?
Yes.
Think memes right there. Alright, so hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties this time.
We have how many backups? We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, that's the only camera backup. Because I'm dumb and... I mean, we could try this. We could, just put this...
A GoPro.
The GoPro.
GoPro. Let's see.
the GoPro shitty audio quality.
I wonder how long this is going to record, though. Alright. Oh, no, I messed up.
Then I think the GoPro can record for a while.
It can record for an hour, at least.
Really? An hour?
At least. Continuously. Yeah, I think I didn't get enough battery.
Don't mind me. I'm just drinking my liquid heroin today.
Heroin.
Oh, you didn't say that was liquid heroin? Dude, let me get some.
Well, two people are high on heroin today. Dane. Okay. So, talk about your films, because you mainly do horror films and stuff like that. Why?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, horror films have always interested me because I feel like there's a lot of things you can do with them. It relies less on special effects and dialogue and all that stuff that I'm not really good at, and it relies more on camera movements, directions, angles, lighting, and all that stuff. So it gives you kind of a better platform to be more creative with film making and editing and stuff.
So what you're saying is it's a great stepping point or beginning step.
Yes.
To practice everything about filmmaking and get better at it.
Because if you just go right into the special effects CGI and all that stuff, it just and you haven't done any of the creative stuff, and Ben's pointing to himself because he knows what we did in high school, then it's not going to turn out as well.
Hey, that was fun, okay? I'm just...
It was fun.
It
was fun. It was fun while we were filming it, and then it wasn't really fun when we saw the final product.
Because then we're like, oh, shit, there's no story to it. And there's no intro in the story. But hey, this person's shooting at this person, and that person's shooting at that person.
There's a lot of, oh, crap, we don't know how to end this. To be continued.
Yeah, that's right. Or we just...
No, I was going to say, I feel like last time we worked with Jared, that movie kind of turned into a horror film, sort of.
Slowly, yeah.
And it was, that was weird because we weren't going for that direction, the comb.
The comb.
It was more like the ending was horror because, I don't know if we want to spoil it.
Go ahead.
Well, it was more like the ending was horror. Nobody knows about this film.
Oh, yeah, I haven't released it on my channel.
No, the 15 views it has on my channel says otherwise, Car.
Get wrecked, Car.
But the ending was more horror because, because the guy's on drugs and he's talking to the comb and he thinks that's why the comb was talking to him is because he was on drugs. But then it turns out the comb just talks to him even after he's, off the drugs. So it's it ends as a horror thing. So yeah, it kind of did. A horror kind of interjected itself in our film.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm saying we should make the sequel where he becomes a superhero of a comb and it's go solve crime.
Comb Man.
I feel like that would have the same style as The Tick.
Yeah. I actually saw a little bit of the first episode of The Tick. It's an Amazon Prime kind of.
Is it good?
Okay. Is it horror?
It's goodish, yeah.
Goodish.
No, the guy who played Joe Swanson on Family Guy is The Tick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I think so, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Our films, because the reason why we had a lot of to be continues is because our actors would just be like, yeah, we don't want to film anymore.
Yeah.
Or we'll just be like, oh, we went out of time. It's Christmas break.
Yeah,
kind of needs
me
motivation.
me and Ben in high school were the only ones in that video tech class that would actually want to do anything.
Until like we met Parker and Ben.
Yeah, until we met them, and the group that I was in, like me and Ben were in separate groups in high school, and the group I was in, they were in it for the free off period to go like do whatever the hell they wanted
That's
to do.
how it was at our high school too. It's
It was dumb,
It's like there's a
and-
group of people that actually work and a group of people that are just like, I'm here for the credit.
Right, and then
'Cause
like the only time they would actually do something was when our teacher Belva Sheeport, shout out to her by the way, she's the best teacher ever.
Best teacher would come on.
And so is when she would say, "Hey, you guys have 1 week to turn in 6 minutes of video," and we would have nothing. And I'd be like, "Okay, we actually have to do something now, guys, please." And then so that's actually how I made the film V8 about one of my old friends' cars who comes to life. Like the car comes to life. It's kind of like a ripoff of Christine, but we don't talk about that. And but that was like, so that was the one time I got them to act is because that was the only time that we wanted to that they would film. And it's not all their fault because they're not film people. So it's
I thought they were at first, and then 'cause I
No.
know they were more photography. and
Well,
then-
one of them was photography and the other one is computer science. So it wasn't like the creative aspect of film. It was more like the technical.
but they were really good, and I was like,
Yeah, they
kinda
were
sad when
good,
they
so-
were trying.
I mean, I think they just lost interest, but you can't
Yeah.
blame them all the way because they weren't
Yeah.
like, because me and you were like really invested in it, and they really weren't, and no one in that class really was.
Yeah, and now there's actually a lot of people in the class right now that's like really invested into it.
Like Lucas and
Lucas, like they have their own company they're trying to make.
is
and
that
then
what's the
Sunday
channel?
Films.
Sunday
Are
Films.
they gonna call it Lucasfilms?
I think they might have joked about that. I know I joked about it with Lucas like a long time, like 2 years ago, but you know they're doing a good job actually. A lot of good, like they have a more Instagram reach like between
They
the
do.
two of them
Mm-hmm.
because they're like popular kids in their
Mhm.
way in their class, and so they're able to get that reach and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
It also helps having money. Like I feel like a lot of
because they had
a lot of like
yeah.
big filmmakers, they have like crazy equipment, and it's like it's kind of unfair, but
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they just had jobs and they
Yeah.
saved up.
What
Lucas just bought a new camera, and
What
So-
kind of camera did he get?
he got a Rebel. Well, not a Rebel, a SLR1.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. It's good, but like he could have got like a Sony.
Yeah,
Sony,
I think Sony's the way to
no.
go, honestly.
Sony?
Yeah. Sony.
These days.
See, when I buy a new camera, I don't know if I want to get Sony because I already have like almost
Canon
$1,000 worth of lenses for Canon.
Then save up for like the Canon C100 series or like
Or,
that.
or what you could do is get a Sony and get a mount.
Yeah, get the meta
Because
bones.
like a Sony camera and like a Canon lens, they're a good combination.
Yeah.
What?
It's like-
Wait. So what
just
makes
have a
Sony
crop
better
block.
than?
It's the sensor.
Sensor, low
Mm.
light. just way
The
better.
ISO, you can put it up to like 100,000 and it still looks good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to look into the Sony A7S.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm not buying a new
past
camera.
32, past 16, or even at 1600, it's like
It's
a like
at
a Canon's-
800 you can still notice.
Yeah,
the-
yeah, like a little.
I
grains.
don't dare put the T3i over like 400 or if I
I'm-
need to, I put it at 800.
Yeah.
Since this is a podcast, I'm doing it at 800 because it's like
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but like when you're actually doing a film, and I mean, my T3i, I'm still rocking the T3i from 4 years ago,
Yeah. Hey, it works.
and I mean, and I'm still rocking the Plastic Wonder, the 50 mil.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man.
It's still working fine. So.
Ben probably has had this camera for like years and
It's
still
a-
doesn't know
around
how
the
to
same
turn
amount,
off an
right?
ND filter or how to take off an ND filter.
Hey, I just
'Cause-
keep it on, okay?
Because recently like he's been like taking pictures of our band and he also like started taking pictures at the premiere the other day
But then I felt very
and-
douchey, and I was
and-
like, nah.
and freaking like I kept looking at his settings and I kept looking at the picture. I was like, why is it so dark, Ben? What are you doing? I think there's something wrong with your camera. And I was like, give me that. And I like looked at it. He had a freaking ND filter, outside ND filter on. That's why it was all dark.
I just got so used to it being on, and I'm just like, okay. You?
So you didn't think there was nothing wrong, even when you put it up to
I thought it was just
1600
bad.
ISO and it was
I thought it
dark?
was just bad. This is bad. I was like, what is happening to me? I think I'm just losing my touch. So I was like, I'm just accepting it.
Oh, Ben.
I'm a good filmmaker.
Don't worry, guys. I'm a good filmmaker.
We actually were planning. We got our last guest. Well, 2 episodes ago, because we're gonna have another episode between this. Kieran Gibbs. He actually sent us a 35-page script.
Yeah, he
Really?
sent it to
Yeah.
me like during the weekend. He was like, hey Car, what's your email? And I was like, I sent it to him, and then I was like, what is this for? He was like, oh, it's a script. I was like, okay, cool. I get the script and I open it up. I see 1 out of 35. I was like, oh.
Wow,
It actually,
dang.
it's really good. I started reading it.
Yeah, I started reading it too. It's like, it's pretty
It's
solid.
really good. If you want to help out.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, I'm always down to help out.
Yeah.
Boy, because we were thinking of doing 5 films at least the whole year of 2018.
Plus that NASA film apparently. Like
Yeah,
the NASA
NASA.
competition.
It is a NASA competition.
That Marlena wants. What do you know about this?
I know of it. I don't really know what it's like all about.
Yeah,
Also-
I'm not 100% familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But also, we need to do the LLC video.
I think the LLC's got it this year. I think we should just leave it to them.
No. Each year is supposed to do it.
Oh.
So we need to do all.
Oh,
By the way.
Whoops.
Well,
Well,
It's like
We
I don't
just-
know if we have the time for that.
we have to figure out the time. I don't know. I'll post in the group
I
meeting.
wish you told us last
about
year.
it.
Like we
Yeah.
probably could have done it last year.
Well, we could have done them all semester long. We just never. We met up with like Rebecca and stuff like that, like a few times, and then we just
Yeah.
just gone. We all got busy, but still.
and speaking of scripts, I was actually planning on. I'm in the script writing class 2010. I know you're in my class. Are you taking that class too?
No.
He's
Not
taking
yet.
it next semester. 'Cause
Oh, no,
Ben's
I'll be
down.
taking it during the summer because I don't have to do
because Ben
From
doesn't want
down.
to spend money at UCLA here.
UCLA at Berkeley.
There's a running joke that
Because
it's
I
not a
said-
joke. We actually go to UCLA. It's
Just-
UNT.
Oh yeah.
Because in the first episode we made a school shooting joke. I made it, and I was like, "Oh no!" And so we had to cover that up and be like, "Oh, what?" I mean, we're actually on UCLA Berkeley. Just,
I'm glad I'm not at Berkeley right now.
Let's not.
You are.
Let's not get there. Let's not go over that.
we're just hoping no one will come into.
But anyways, so my in my for the final script of the script writing class, I was actually planning on making
Please.
that
Ben.
into. I was stop. I was actually planning on making
Rip.
that into a short film. So be on the lookout for my 6 to 8 page script according to the rubric, because I want to make that into a short film. So
Hey,
if y'all want to help,
Yeah, definitely. Just call us up, hit us up, or help. Because originally I wanted to do 12 films, and then Kaarthik
12?
was-
I was like,
Ben,
I was like,
we actually
five,
still
five.
have Ben.
Five is okay.
Ben, you know we still have school, right? Okay.
For 2018, the whole year of 2018. I want to do
Still.
12.
Okay.
But yeah, still. So we're shooting for 5, but if we get 12, that'd be
It's
great.
like half of that we're gonna be in summertime.
It'd be
Is this
great
for the
to
12
do.
days of
Yeah, I
film
do
this?
want to do that. So I want to do 12 days of film this. We release the film for 12 days straight in this.
Hey, I have plenty on my channel that I will be willing to give to your 12 days. To give the 12 days of film this. We can do the comb. We can do. I have notes. That's the name of one of the films. Notes. I have Stay Here.
We'll do it for next year because it's kind of too late. Well, it's not too late, but
Yeah, let's just drop out right now.
Just yeah.
drop out of UCLA.
Screw
Berkeley.
finals, you know.
Yeah,
Don't talk about finals.
final. So about final.
What was our next topic?
We were going to talk about like music. No.
No,
Yes.
we already.
We talked about it the last 2 times.
Yeah.
But also,
I'm
we're
not
gonna talk
very
about-
educated in music.
Fuck you then. Kill yourself. Get out of here. Please.
Okay.
Just
Just give me
so
the
yeah,
news.
your films. And then more you want to
Jared,
add about
Jared,
them.
okay, here, let's educate you on music. Rebecca Black, the best,
Yeah.
top.
Beatles fucking suck
Beatles are trash.
Oh, definitely.
Classic rock is just trash.
on the whole.
Uh,
Beethoven, fucking utter trash.
Ed
Belongs
Sheeran's
in
God.
hell.
John Williams is the worst ever.
Yes.
John Williams sucks.
He hasn't made any kind of like catchy tunes. Like you've never heard of his work at all.
Who is John
Zimmer?
Williams?
Hans Zimmer, garbage. Just trash. Just like he's like a John Williams ripoff. Like what is he? He makes music for movies and shit. Like
Guys, I just want to let you know that it's taking a part of my soul away just saying these sentences.
Don't worry, we already sold our souls. Why didn't we have this
he ripped us off because we're not getting anywhere.
Okay, we actually just forgot to ask something. We just gave him
Yeah, we just gave him our soul, and we were like, oh shit, no, wait.
He's like, ha ha ha. See you in like 80 years. Like I don't know.
I don't know. After these finals, it could be in just like one
in
week.
Like two.
In like a week, you may be seeing me in a week.
Man, how it's like if you just like after your finals and you're like, oh, winter break, this is gonna be great, and you just die.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Knock on wood.
You're welcome for that audio.
I mean, I didn't do that. I can't do this.
Oh, thanks, Carl.
What a great...
Look at that spike in the audio.
So much.
Hey, good thing we have two other backups. No,
Let's
don't.
make sure we get two destroyed.
Oh my god.
Because mine's not as much. Yeah. Well, what do you think about the current state of Hollywood?
Of Hollywood?
Yeah.
Well, besides all the rapists,
Besides all
well, there has definitely been a lot of like accusations. I'm not sure, like, it started off with Kevin Spacey and
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein
was where like the
big,
it was like the catalyst. And like sometimes I think, well, are these like, it's hard to tell like if these are all truthful, because there are some people out there that will definitely take advantage of this and be like,
money.
oh well, now everyone's doing this, now I can just accuse people. But I mean, there are some that stuff does happen out there, so it's kind of hard.
It really sucks because it's really hard to actually get like really concrete evidence.
Yeah, because it's just your word versus someone else's.
When you're like that guy from Star Trek who's like who can't say no, or like who doesn't.
Oh,
know
you talking about
like,
George Takei?
Yeah, George Takei. Like he.
Oh yeah.
Freaking he like when he's like asked a question, he can't say no. So obviously he did it. Like
he even like he admitted it on like the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, like the Howard Stern show, he was just like, yeah, basically like, yeah, rape that kid. It's like,
but you know,
Jesus Christ.
But then he denied it on Facebook and then stuff like that, and
it's like, well, it's too late, buddy. You can't cover up your like.
I haven't caught up since his denial on Facebook, so I don't know if he like
I
was like,
I think it's pretty screwed.
Yeah.
Same with Louis C.K. Louis C.K.'s done, man.
Nah, Louis C.K.'s can come back, cause
there's no way he can come back. Plus he started like becoming like really politically correct in his like comedy skits.
Oh yeah,
recently. So it's like he's definitely doing damage control, and
I don't like.
He's just not the same anymore.
I personally don't think that comedy needs to be politically correct. That's the point of comedy. To not be politically correct.
It's like a lot of times it's just like, well, if it offends you, just don't listen to it.
Yeah, like when parents complain about shows like Family Guy or even like YouTubers,
I'm like, if you catch your kid watching it, just be like, no.
Yeah, like if you get offended by it, then just don't watch it. I mean, comedy is a place where you can go to not be politically correct.
I'm just getting on our camera. Make sure she's keeping.
Ben's gonna talking to later.
Whoa, got it. Oh, I'm just saying.
But besides the politics of it all, Hollywood is definitely making too many reboots and sequels for my taste.
Oh my god!
Like the new Jumanji movie coming out. I mean, it hasn't come out yet, so I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. But Hollywood's track record with a bunch of sequels is not very good right now.
I see it as a necessary evil because that's what brings the money to Hollywood as a whole.
Yeah.
So it's able to go to places like if you want to make a very passion project film, then we're able to get funding for that. Now it's rare, but we still get the funding. Like it's still the money's there. We're able to.
Right. Like there are some reboots that are definitely necessary, like the It movie. That was
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
necessary
Yeah.
because the
That-
original
that-
one
that
was
was
just
good.
not good at all. Besides Tim Curry,
I
maybe.
was sad that the Dark Tower was not that good.
I didn't expect it to be that good. It was based off. I mean, I guess it was Stephen King, but it was based off of like a giant like trilogy series, not trilogy, but it was
It was
based off
all
a
in
giant
one movie.
series, and they try to put all that in the one movie. I'm like, that's just, it's not smart. I don't understand why they. wanna do
It
that.
was really good cinematography. I was like, whoa, that's actually really good.
I mean,
special
that's
effects and-
with like all big budget movies. They have great they have great equipment. They have great cinematography, great lighting, all great CGI. But the stories are just garbage.
Incoherent.
See, like
It's all
my
in
problem
camera.
a lot of
Batman v
times
Superman.
is like CGI. Even like CGI isn't like very good for like that money. It's like
It's
you have a
not.
lot of money. It's like it still looks fake.
Tell me why the new Jurassic World movie, the one that came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Tell me why the CGI or some of the CGI in that movie was less convincing than the 1933 version.
Right.
Or
1933.
1993 version.
1993.
I mean, because like
We should make that.
when the
1933 Jurassic Park.
I mean, it's basically just King Kong.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
But like the scene in the original film where the T-Rex comes out into the it could be just because it was rain and like they had cover with the rain so they could make it like more slick looking, but like I don't know, that looked way more convincing than the Indominus Rex in the new one because it just I feel like I'm watching a cutscene from a video game
Yeah.
because that and everything around it was CGI.
Yeah. Freaking like going back to like the reboots thing. There's huge like nostalgia kind of thing going on right now.
yeah.
In the world in general, especially because like the people that were in media before are like that were into media are like grown up and now they're the filmmakers.
Yeah.
And they want their childhood to be like come back to life. And
I mean,
stuff
that's
like
what I
that.
want to do with Pokemon because I want to make a Pokemon fan film because they're making a live action that like Lionsgate is making live action Pokemon.
It's gonna be garbage because like
Yeah.
any like anime or any video game that's ever like live action.
But I want to prove that wrong.
bad.
I want to make the fan film and then prove to Lionsgate like this is how it's supposed to be.
Somebody did like a
Enough.
Street Fighter fan film. Like they crowdfunded the hell out of it. It was really good.
And now someone did the Dragon Ball too. That was really
the
good
Dragon
too.
Ball
Yeah.
one.
Like Light of
It's-
Hope or something.
And
like
and it's like it goes to show that like a lot of Hollywood is just for money grabs and not
Yeah.
really passion. You know. So it's like
There
when you see like the passion projects happen, they're really good.
Yeah, there are some things that the nostalgia definitely helps. Like I saw this film last summer called The Void, where it was basically just, I mean, you can tell that it wasn't like totally original because it basically just took things from The Thing, Hellraiser, and all like those 80s kind of movies. I thought it was fine for what it was. And then there's also things like Stranger Things that's like basically just one long 80s nostalgia,
Yeah.
and that's really good. So it can work in some places and it can't work in some other places.
we talked about the season 2 like in the first episode.
I think Stranger
Okay.
Things is less of a nostalgia thing. I think it's just like it was a creative thing to have it be in the 80s. Just to stand out.
Like like the kids have like Jaws posters, Alien posters. I'm like, and then the guy, the teacher, is watching the movie The Thing with his girlfriend. I'm like, you're just hitting all the right notes right there. Like, you're just making this a whole lot better for me.
Another thing with like Stranger Things is I think for that necessary for that story it has to take place in like
Right.
80s because like if it took place modern day it's like where's your smartphone, where's your phone kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of stuff like it's really hard to write movies these days, well, especially like horror type of movies because it's like just call somebody, you have Facebook, post something.
I know, that's why I like the movies. I like films that don't have like cell phones and stuff because when
Yeah,
you
it's like
get,
when it takes
especially when
place
you
in
get
a
like
different time.
generic teenagers and all they do is like Snapchat, I'm like, it takes
was-
it out of the story. I just
There was like a film that came out. I forgot. I think it was something like The Witch or something. Well, it was set in like the 16th century or something like that, and it was like they were dealing with like the devil or something that was like terrorizing them. I don't know. I like when horror takes that direction in like a different time era, and
right.
it really brings out a lot.
There's a show that I just recently finished. It's called Bates Motel. It's like a prequel to the Psycho series, and at first the first season threw me off because I didn't know that it took place like in modern times. So I had like a bad taste in my mouth because it was like Norman is using a smartphone. I'm like, crap. But luckily, after the first season, they wisened up, and then they really cut down the iPhone use, and they have the family living in a really old house. They dress like they're from the 1960s. They're like really old fashioned. So they got the tone and gave it like a 1960s tone. I'm like, if you want to put it in modern times, that's how you do it. Don't have them constantly using their smartphones. Don't have them live like in a modern. And she drives like an old like 60s Mercedes too. So
yeah, don't make them too much like a millennial.
And then that show ended up being really, really good. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking. It's just weird sometimes too. 'Cause yes, it's great to have that tone. I haven't seen it though, but
it does a good job of kind of balancing the modern tone with it doesn't shove it in your face like we want this to be 1960s. That's why they have it set in modern day, because they didn't want to spend a whole bunch of time like saying, hey, remember we're in the 1960s. Remember, they just had it in modern day, and then they had them kind of dress and live in a place where it kind of reminded you of the 1960s.
Hey, remember the moon landing is happening now? Do you guys hear about this?
Hey, remember when Stanley Kubrick was filming the moon landing in the other lot over there?
I didn't hear that. Oh, oops.
Oh, it happened.
It happened. Oh,
I don't know why. My computer
Backup audio.
Backup audio, cool.
Wait,
Hopefully you still have that.
So we're still going?
Yeah, we're still going.
Sweet.
As long as my thing's still going. God dang backup audio. At least we're prepared this time.
I know.
I was like, yeah, here we go.
Like no, I was literally just checking on my computer right now. I was like, it looks okay, and then yeah, I need to send this thing in.
Okay,
Windows 10. Let's talk about operating systems.
Windows 10 fucking sucks. Okay, Windows 10
it's not terrible.
I'm so used to
Windows 7.
Windows 7.
Yeah, Windows 7.
It's just the best version.
Freaking great.
Meanwhile, a camera operator only has like a MacBook, so she doesn't have to worry about these things.
I have a MacBook.
Yeah, you do too. So, god dang, traitor, Jared.
Trader. I've always had Apple stuff.
I mean, because we had like all Apple stuff in our classroom, so I was used to both. I just my desktop is on Windows, so I was like, well, I should probably get a Windows laptop because transferring things is gonna be a headache.
And look how that's working out for you.
It is for me. This guy's getting the blue screen. I'm not getting the blue screen just yet. However, when I'm like on After Effects, I was doing some stuff on After Effects, and this thing just kind of like had a blue screen too. Once, okay, once.
I'm reviving our lost session right now.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, remember when we were doing the comb and everything? How my computer actually had like a blue screen.
Dude, that was just too much, man. Well, right. So we were doing a 48-hour film contest, and we were kind of exporting last minute. We were exporting our final video last minute. His freaking computer kept crashing every time we exported.
I remember that. That was like.
But like it doesn't do that. Like outside of that like time, it just.
There was just like some force that did not want us to turn in that film.
It was like, you guys suck.
Well, didn't you figure out it was like something really like dumb?
Like we thought it was gonna be like that, and like we should probably check it, and like nah, it's not that simple.
Yeah. we got main audio going again.
Oh, great, cool.
Sweet.
Main audio. Okay. I forgot. It was something like the way it was getting like exported. Oh no, it wasn't the codec. It was you know how you're supposed to get no, it was a space between the recording, like the clips, like because we were just like, oh, it'd just be black, right? That's what was messing it up.
Oh really?
So Premiere was like,
wait,
fuck you, we can't do that.
So you can't do that in Premiere. You can't just have it like.
I've done that before.
I've done that before too. Yeah. So I think it was just that one time thing. Was like, fuck you.
Oh, okay.
Because I fixed that easily, and then it was like, oh.
That's just too much.
I know I did that a lot in Final Cut back in our high school days. Or if we didn't have something there, it'd be like, fuck you.
Well, I just in Final Cut I just get like the basic title and then just delete the
Yeah.
title thing and then it's just black.
Yeah. I wasn't that smart. And
You never did
downloaded
that?
Black, no, I downloaded black. At first, I downloaded like black backgrounds.
Oh, man.
'Cause I was so
Why-
dumb. I didn't think. I was like, black backgrounds. Google.
So there's something wrong with that with this man right here.
Something wrong. Hey, you know, I'm smart. Okay. I believe so. It's not like I'm the only one that doesn't have the GPA in this film.
Literally the only one that doesn't have the GPA to continue in his
I will
film
get
major
it.
at UCLA.
UCLA at Berkeley.
Are we at UCLA or are we at
UCLA at Berkeley.
UCLA at Berkeley? Can we just go to regular UCLA, please?
No, it's UCLA at
Well,
Berkeley.
what about USC? Can we transfer to
USC at UCLA at Berkeley.
USC at Montreal.
We're just the green branch.
The only Canadian in
UCLA.
here woos.
Just, "Woo, Canada. No,
Woo,
fuck you,
Canada."
America.
No, they have free healthcare.
Free
Free healthcare.
healthcare.
I love being from Canada because there's free healthcare and we have really high taxes. It's great.
I love giving 90% of my money to the government.
It's okay. It's only 75%.
It's okay. It's okay. I give most of my paycheck to the government, but they give me free healthcare.
I mean, at least like Canada, they're not that mean to you.
No one can hear
Really
you. by the
shitty
way.
healthcare, but
Yeah, it's really bad.
I'll probably
healthcare.
use it.
Give a shit.
Let's not go there. Let's not get
Yeah.
super political.
yeah, we
you
don't
know,
want to.
so you know we'll
get
rip
this
the world
one
a big
riled up.
one.
Hey, you
we
know-
don't want to get this one riled up about politics.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
then he'll go on Facebook and like start like freaking killing himself.
A flame war.
He'll start blackballing himself
Yeah.
in the major.
Okay.
He'll make the whole freaking school hate him.
It was only one time. Okay, it was a few times, but I'm just saying. I can't shut up. I find
You've
something that I
probably
have to-
been shunned by Short Film Club.
I probably have, maybe. I don't know.
You have my
Robert's
roommate's
been
problem.
pretty. Devin.
You like he's a political major, so he is like his entire shtick, his major is him going out and like being a political activist, and so that's his thing. But Ben, this isn't your thing. If you're
Okay.
if you're majoring in politics, that's totally fine. But it's fine. It's not smart.
Ben, you should just drop your history major and go for a political science major instead.
I'm taking Napoleonic Wars next semester.
Napoleonic Wars.
Wow.
A whole class
Come
on
on.
just
You
Napoleonic
don't want to give me a high
Wars.
five? No?
That sounds awful. That sounds truly awful.
I can't wait. It's going to be great. I'm so excited.
I don't even know.
I can't imagine spending a 5-month curriculum learning about Napoleon.
I can't wait. I'm actually really excited. Because that's my other
I
major
feel
is history.
I feel like
I'm
you're gonna learn so many things about Napoleon that to a point where it's like, why do I have to know this?
No, I'm
Ever.
See, it's because I love history, so I'm gonna be like eating it all up. And it's like
Ben, just make a Napoleon fan film.
it's actually reminds me. So you were talking about special effects like CGI and how like it's really dominant in films.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one film, 1970. It's called Waterloo. It's about the Battle of Waterloo,
Mm-hmm.
and like basically about Napoleon and leading up to the Battle of Waterloo and then losing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was it was a collaboration between a Soviet director and a British director.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think you've shown me this before.
yeah.
It's like the two different sides.
so yeah, it's
Yeah.
well, it's not two different sides. That's Tora, which is like a Japanese side. Like half of the movie was like filmed with Japanese director, half the movie was filmed with American.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great for historically accurate films.
Right.
Not really great for general audiences when they're like, it's
Yeah.
we just want to see explosions. But anyways, what I was saying with the Waterloo, what they did was they took a whole like battalion of like the Soviet Union army,
Mm-hmm.
and they made them extras, and they dressed them up as like the British army and the French army and stuff like that, and they did all the formations you would see in the battle and the actual,
Wow.
and it's just hundreds of thousands of people doing the formations. They have an area shot, and it's just insane just looking at it, because it's not CGI. It's not in 1970,
Mm-hmm.
and you just see, and they created this like painting, like famous painting of like the British general. I forgot his name, but it's the British general that was like riding into battle, and they recreated that in the film with actual like hundreds of people getting like in the cavalry.
See, that's how you got to do it. Like,
Yeah.
in
That,
like,
that's a passion project right there.
and then like in Saving Private Ryan, the
my
Steven
God,
Spielberg
yeah.
film, like the first scene, like no CGI, it was all extras.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know if they actually got like real soldiers or just they're just extras, but it was
Probably just extras.
realistic as hell.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Soviet Union could be like, "Hey, you want to give me a bunch of soldiers?" They're like, "Yeah, we have."
Hey guys, we're gonna be doing this with actual bullets.
Well, because they did like the Moscow scene where Napoleon finally got to Moscow, but then the Russians were like, "Haha, we're not gonna have you have Moscow. We're gonna burn it to the ground." And then Napoleon was like, woke up, he opened the window, and you just see Moscow in flames. He's like, "Okay,
Okay. I guess that happened.
And that started the whole thing. Don't go to Russia.
Dude, I love I forgot what part in history I know, but I know it's in the 20th century, where somebody tried to like go invade Russia, but then they all just died because it's too cold. They were
Yeah, just Nazi Germany.
Yeah,
Nazi
yeah,
Germany?
that was
Okay.
the Germans. That,
yeah, and so it's like don't fuck with the Russians.
They were winning, and then it was like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm climate here, winter."
Yeah.
And then
I guess
also continue.
they thought they were just like top dog, and they went in there and were like, we got this. We're
the Nazis.
we're the Nazis, but we got this. And then they went in there, and Russia was like, no.
Welcome to winter, bitch.
Welcome to the winter.
I just want to plug this in.
But
we're the Nazis. We're the National Socialist Party. Okay, continue.
Okay.
I just gotta put that out there.
Don't get him started on
I
that.
just gotta put that out
You're
there.
100% correct, but don't get him started on
No,
that.
I agree. I'm just saying, someone's gonna take that out years later. Like if you have like a million subscribers, they're gonna be like, "They admit it. They're Nazis." They're gonna take that out.
No, we're not. We didn't admit that we were them. We were just saying that's what what it
they
stood
are.
for. That's what
they were.
back then. That's what
Anyways,
they stood
let's-
for.
What I was gonna say was the reason why Russian, like the USSR at the time, Soviet Union, won against the Nazis was they just took the peasant armies and just sent it over and over to
Oh, man.
attacking the Nazis, and they just keep dying, but it would be like overwhelming.
Oh
the
wow,
Nazis.
is that what they did?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Damn.
Plus winter, but it's mostly the peasant armies, and so Soviet Union lost so much people, like millions of people, because they just like they kept sending
Oh,
in.
is that why they say friggin' Stalin killed a bunch of people for those reasons?
Both reasons. He also did like he caused like a phantom, and he sent a bunch of people to like camps and stuff like that, too.
Extreme socialism, everyone.
But it's pretty interesting because like if we did that, if as the U.S. and stuff like that, the allies on the Western Front did that, we would got so much flack at home.
We
For the
dude,
whole
no, like
And-
there have been a huge like freaking riot.
But we probably would have gotten to Berlin beforehand, because we kind of did that in like D-Day, but we don't have peasant armies. We just
We
have
just have weaker soldiers
army-
and stuff. Yeah.
armies.
Mhm.
And well, I mean the British had peasant armies, but you know.
I'm
You had, like, the colonial
sure
armies.
there was some like corruption going on in like where like the generals and stuff they'd be like, okay, this is like a weak platoon, we can send them in first kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, but like we had bravery, like they were like very brave.
Yeah,
I think it was-
at least they wanted to die for the country and stuff like that. So
I mean,
or well, not necessarily, but yeah.
yeah, the USSR they were just brainwashed,
Yeah.
and
Russia's always doing
I mean, we kind of
shady,
forced people.
shady
but-
stuff.
hey, they forced people to fight too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's weird because like if you go to Poland, they will. My understanding is that they viewed the USSR going into Poland worse than Nazi Germany going into Poland.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because apparently they did mass rapes, like the Red Army.
Oh, it's, the Russians.
That's
Yeah.
just that's stuff that no one talks about. Like everyone likes to talk about the Nazis, but no one likes to talk about any of that other stuff.
I mean, they're starting to talk about it today because it's been 75 years removed since World War II began. So it's been
It's like that generation slowly dying off. So it's like the next generation's like comfortable talking about it because they don't have personal experience on it.
yeah.
Right.
Which I'm a history major and I went to a panel. It was full extra credit, but the panel was great. It was about Franco-Americano relations.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what Americano relationship?
Franco and Americano
Oh, okay.
since the Revolutionary War, and we had actually a Frenchman there, and he was talking about how the French they have like a very complex relationship with us. In the older generations, they love us. They love Americans because we liberated them in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like they love the British and stuff like that. And then a lot of them are also married like American GIs and stuff. And
Right.
and then the newest generations are starting to pose the question: why do we like Americans? Why? Question mark. Because they don't have that direct personal experience
Right.
in World War II. It's just we're getting to a weird situation in this stage and age where we don't have a war that connected the whole generation of the war together.
Mm-hmm.
We now
Yeah, because we haven't had like some like crazy war thing happen recently.
yeah
But I think we're getting connected in different ways.
economically we're getting connected.
Economically and like through the internet. Like
Yeah.
I can make a French friend like this if I wanted to. Be like,
Oh yeah.
Be like, oh hey, you're from France? You're a filmmaker? Cool. Hey, let's be friends. You know.
Man, that'd be great.
I mean, hey, you can do that.
Yeah,
Just
you can do
find
it.
somebody
Just
from France and
can
message
you-
them. Be like, hey.
Can you get me some
what's up?
tickets to Cinema Duquesne's, please?
Remember that we ISD like really wanted to. Excuse me about that. Really wanted to go to Cannes.
Mhm.
Like they had a student Cannes thing.
The student thing.
Yeah.
At Connolly. Yeah, I remember that. That didn't last very long.
It was I made the worst script I ever made for that because I forgot.
We were freshmen, like in high school.
Yeah, but still I forgot. Like it was gonna happen until it came up on like a notification and I was like, oh, it's today. Oh, I signed up to present a script.
Oh,
Oh
man.
no! And I wrote like the worst script ever. And I was like,
I've actually been in that position. We actually had to do that for. We were gonna go like our AV teacher, our video tech teacher. She was gonna take us to like this company, and she was like, well, we all have to make a film, and then present it to this company, and like so they can maybe they might give you funding, they might give you like tips and stuff. So we were like, yeah, cool. We made literally the shittiest film possible. We showed it to our friends. They were like, what the fuck is this garbage?
what did you guys do?
And like we just kind of looked at each other. It's like, there's no way we could show this to them. They'll laugh at us.
Man.
I've been in that position with the 10-day film challenge in high school.
Oh, mine was so bad.
No,
Yeah.
me and my groups was so bad because we filmed it the morning of in the
Oh, yeah,
parking
I
lot
remember
before
that.
school. I got hit by an FJ Cruiser. For nothing, and we made like a 50 on it.
I made. You remember mine? Mine was garbage.
Dude, all of us
'Cause
were garbage.
most of my people had to leave. Like they were leaving early for the break.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we got all the filming done a little bit, and then I got some filming done, but then the audio was so bad, and I was like, let's just do the voiceover with like the Rode microphone, and I was like, that will work. And then when I was editing it, I was like, oh no, we have like a day to edit this, and then I was like, but it has to be 5 minutes, and the script is longer than that, so then I had to squeeze it, and I was just so, it's just so.
Throw back to high school.
Yeah,
high school film.
I'm still curious. Earlier we were talking about Lucas when he made a film I watched. It was called The Hall Monitor, and they had this fake gun.
Yeah.
They had this fake gun in the film, and it was in like the theater. It was like in the theater room, like in the school. I was like, how did they get that in the school?
I did it before.
You did?
I bought an airsoft gun
Because
to the school.
Careful. Sorry.
Careful. Okay. Careful. Ooh.
it's okay,
Thanks,
we-
camera operator.
Don't, like,
Thanks.
bite my head off later. I
Well,
don't get paid
It's
enough for
okay.
this shit.
We can just continue with the audio.
Fuck the broadcast.
Yeah. And this is gonna be great. That's gonna be great, Dad.
No, like I've actually like we can just kind of wrap off in that situation, like bringing like a fake gun prop to school. I've actually been in that position accidentally. We were filming something outside of school like during the weekend, and I was like, I'm just gonna put the fake gun prop in my camera bag. I brought my camera back to school the next day. I was sitting in the room, and then like it quickly hit me. I was like, oh fuck. So I opened it and kind of looked at it. I was like, time to actually like really hide this. So like I didn't touch my camera for the whole day because I was like, I just don't want to put this out there.
I bought nunchucks to the school, and I almost got in trouble for it. Like, I tried to do a film club in middle school.
Oh, I remember that.
And then so we were gonna do like a little martial arts film. So I bought nunchucks, and then one of the guys told
real
assistant,
wooden ones.
Yeah.
Or wooden ones are like metal ones.
Wooden ones.
Okay. I mean,
Well,
that's not as bad, but still.
Yeah.
Like, it's
of
worse than the foam ones.
one of the members got like scared that I was gonna like beat, and I was like, "Why? We're making a film." and they told like the AP, and the AP went to go search my locker. But the good thing is, I dropped it off at Kickstart, the martial arts thing. So I was like, "Ha ha, get wet." Ha, ha.
I remember in high school whenever some friends of ours were making a film in the cafeteria, and their fake gun prop was a tripod.
Oh yeah.
What?
It was a tripod, and these two freshman girls came in the cafeteria and started screaming, and they called the cops, and the school police officers had to come in,
and they almost issued a lockdown.
And they almost issued a lockdown because someone was like had a folded up tripod and pretending it was a gun.
It was Philip.
It was Philip, and I was like, really? How can you not tell the difference between a tripod and an actual gun?
See, I've always been afraid, especially being the skin color I am, that like I'll like walk into like my high school and stuff with like a monopod, or I'll walk into like a football field at like a different city with like my monopod and like all my stuff, and it's like, son, what's in that bag, kind of like thing. I've actually had that happen once. But it wasn't actually directly to me. It was to Bromley, like my best friend from back home. He was carrying in like a camera equipment, and the officer was like, "What you carrying in there?" And we just kind of looked at him. We were like, "It's a fucking camera. Like, go fuck off." And
yeah.
Like,
we're actually gonna have him as a special guest soon.
Yeah, soon.
Maybe next week when we film next week, if we can. If we'll try to fit it.
Discord it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll try to. Yeah. It's gonna be hard. Find it this week and stuff like that.
We gotta wrap this up. So we don't have visual anymore.
Long time ago. All right. Thanks for coming. It's great to have you. Pleasure.
Subscribe to JaredCR Productions.
We'll probably have you back. We're probably just gonna rotate special guests.
Yeah, we'll rotate special guests.
We don't have
stuff like that. We didn't get to talk about. Because I wanted to talk about the NFL today, and we get to.
We didn't get to do that. So we'll do that next time.
Sweet.
That's what I forgot. I was like, what did I forget? Oh yeah, football and NFL. Kaarthik doesn't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's okay. I can take up all the time with that.
I think when we usually have a special guest, I just kind of like make sure everything's working.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want this to go bad.
Ever since Karen was on there.
Yeah.
Oh, and then last time, it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday, actually. Yeah.
It felt like 2 days.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and share this podcast if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, because we're going to be doing this every week on Thursday. At least once a Thursday.
It's been lit.
And go check out his channel in the system below.
Check out Jared's channel.
Jared's channel.
Thank you.
I pointed to him, but I realized you don't have to give money. But yeah. Take care, guys.
See ya. God damn it, Ben. Come back and sit down.